We got Donald Trump playing with the idea of removing all the taxes on your gaming wins when you come to Vegas or gamble anywhere else. Steve Wynn is red pilling Instagram, just basically saying whatever the F he wants because he was forced out of his own industry and he doesn't care anymore. Telling you the truth about Vegas as he sees it. The jobs report came in today and it's really not good. But hey, the markets went up, as you can see behind me. And an absolute visionary, one of the men responsible for extracting every last penny out of your broke ass when you get to Vegas, he finally spoke up. We got a lot to get into, so let's roll with it. So we start off today, our lead story is the Las Vegas Review-Journal. This gentleman right here saying, "We've lost our bravery. Gaming entrepreneur calls on Vegas casinos to stop nickel and diming." Akers Technology founder John Akers, who has made a career of developing technological systems to encourage increased and responsible gameplay, told Bob Mayhew, first Wednesday group meeting at the Ahern Hotel, that the gaming industry must pivot from its current pricing trajectory if it wants to return to record profitability. Vegas needs to change, he says. He says most of the casinos right now are suffering for revenues, and without fresh ideas, fresh technology, they turn to what's been described as price gouging, surge pricing for bottles of water, expensive food, resort fees, parking fees, all other things that you're familiar with. This is something I've been telling you guys has been going on for a while, and it just finally snuck up, and you didn't even see it. So Wall Street, corporate, they're making all the money. They're making all the money. Congratulations, you made all the money. See the chart next to me today. You may not know this, but we had the non-farm payrolls report. This is how the government conceptualizes data. Long, rambling report that's really boring. All you need to know is that they're trying to sugarcoat this as much as they possibly can. This comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Both total non-farm payroll and employment and the unemployment rate was largely unchanged. No, not true. That's not really true. Look at this. Here's a proper chart of what non-farm payrolls look like. And I guess we should probably explain to you what a non-farm payroll even is. If you guessed, it sounds like jobs that were not created to deal with agriculture. You'd be right. And this is a huge part of the economy. So back to the chart, you can see it right here, right? I don't know if you noticed it. I'm not an economics professor, but that's not a good line to have. You're going to want to take a look at these numbers right here. Today, they were forecasting 66,000 jobs. The previous was 56,000 created. And today it was only 50,000 actual jobs created. This is going to mean that they're just going to lower interest rates again. And that's going to benefit those people on the screen. When the government says that nobody's hiring, the markets shouldn't go hyper ballistic. But look at the charts. This is the NASDAQ. It went up today. Silver went up today. How about the Dow Jones Industrial Futures? Oh, and if you're into the S&P 500, those rose today too. It doesn't matter what you do. These companies aren't hiring people. They're not employing people. They're not creating jobs. Now, I'm no mathematician, so I'm going to consult the AI because they're going to rule our lives and you're going to lose your job to it anyways.
First, we have negative 73,000 plus negative 22,000. I think those together gives negative 95,000. So we take that negative 95,000 and add 119,000. That brings us to 24,000. Negative 105,000 to that 24,000. That gives us negative 81,000. Next, we add 64,000 to negative 81,000. That brings us to negative 17,000. Finally, we add negative 50,000 to negative 17,000. That results in negative 67,000. So the total is negative 67,000.
Don't you love how they make AI chatbots sound like swarmy British people? Because we all think British people are smarter than us with that accent. Negative 67,000 jobs since August of 2025.
Well, there's a certain charm to that whole British accent stereotype. But hey, you can think of me as just your friendly AI companion.
Okay, so apparently it's always listening, but let's just put in our sponsor spot right now because look, the markets are going up. It doesn't matter what these numbers are. And even if they tanked, I want you guys to know something. You guys can make money on these things either way, right? It goes up, you click a button, you make some money. It goes down, you click a button, you make some money. What's it called? It's called the futures market. That's what all these charts are behind me. And I got a course called 1K a day. And I actually got over 800 students now. And people are loving it. And my students students are going in and they're hitting their base hits, 10 or 15 minutes a day. They just follow the stuff in the course. They click a button, they can make some money. I got people making as much as 300-400. One guy's making 600 a day. He's just crushing it. So look, if you if you don't want to live your life beholden to a swarmy AI chatbot that sounds like a British dude, and you want to learn this stuff, click the link below. I got to raise the price up soon. I mean, it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. But for right now, it's $199. And you get the entire course, hundreds of videos on how to look for patterns, how to do this stuff. It's super duper simple. It actually becomes fun. And look, I got 10 spots open right now for the first 10 people watching. Go type in the code NFP10 because we had our non-farm payrolls that didn't make any sense. So NFP10, you'll get it for the $199 price. You'll own it for life. And then you'll finally feel better about yourself without having to have a fake British AI bot tell you that you're doing a great job because you'll be doing something good. And with doing something good, the question I have is whether or not Steve Wynn is doing something good for the community because he's out there he's just on a tear, man. He's red pilling everybody with what's going on right now. Let's listen to Steve Wynn, who apparently has an Instagram, and a lot of people are talking about what Steve Wynn is talking about. Just fair warning, this clip is 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and he's going to talk like a guy who's lived a long life. He's going to go slow. So I'm going to cut out the gaps in his speech so you're not here forever. See, you don't want to listen to that.
Secret of Las Vegas. Is there a secret to Las Vegas? Yes. Yep, there is. You see, it was about freedom. People live a normal life at home. And then they'd set aside some money, a budget. And that money would be used to go to Las Vegas, spend it the way they want, live big, get a little crazy, stay up late, drink, go to shows, maybe gamble, all the bright lights, the freedom of Las Vegas to behave a little crazy. The town gave you permission. It was all about the freedom to indulge yourself. And we don't do that every day in our normal life. We pay attention to things. We live disciplined, go to work, take care of business. But Las Vegas, all that's out the window and you live to have fun. That was the secret of Las Vegas, and it's real important that not change. People were free to spend the money they wanted. They could eat in fancy restaurants or go to shows, stay up late, even gamble. Their choice. Free choice. Live the way you want. Well, gotta be careful in Las Vegas today that you don't start telling people how to spend their money. Charge you too much for parking. Charge you for a massage or a spa fee. Even if you don't go to the spa for a massage, even if you don't rent a lounge at the pool. Best not fool with the freedom of Las Vegas. And when I mean the freedom of choice for people to spend their money the way they want. That's always been the secret of the place. And best advice I could give Las Vegas is don't fool with that magic. People won't like it because there's other choices in the world to go gamble for sure. But the fun of Las Vegas was that you could take your pick as you see fit. Leave it that way.
All right, so obviously it sounds like he's talking about resort fees, doesn't it? Like it sounds like he's really ripping on the resort fees. He doesn't like them. I got something I'm curious about though. So according to the AI machine, the Wynn Las Vegas started charging a $20 resort fee in 2010 in June. Now I'm not here to push down on Steve Wynn or nothing like that, but he was the CEO of his own company back in 2010 when they were charging those types of fees, those ridiculous fees that get you absolutely nothing in return. Oh, we're charging you for the Wi-Fi, but my hotspot on my phone is faster than the Wi-Fi. Oh, so what? Too bad, so sad. Oh, we're charging you for the pool. Well, it's December and your pool's not heated. Too bad, so sad. I'm charging you for the gym. I don't go to the gym. Well, too bad, so sad. He's not wrong with everything, but he does have a very interesting Instagram page. Next up, we do have the Trump story. We got Trump saying that he was going to maybe consider erasing gambling wins taxation. So no taxes when you win at the casinos. Wouldn't that be nice? Right now, we do have hand pays. They've increased to $2,000. Hand pay in a casino is when you win a certain amount. It says call attendant. That's because they have to hand you a tax form and track your stuff. It was $1,500 and now it's $2,000. The other side of the mouth on this is that man, his administration pushed through some legislation that's going to destroy gamblers who lose money. So we got this video here that was from December, and this comes out of the press pool on Air Force One. They're asking him some questions, and he's asked about what he's going to do about gambling winnings. Let's hear what he has to say.
Mr. President, I was with you in Vegas and you had no tax on tips, right? In the hospitality industry. Would you ever consider no tax on gambling winnings? Considering that might be another stage of the American. I haven't been asked that question in a long time. No tax on gambling winnings. I don't know. We have no tax on tips. We have no tax on Social Security. We have no tax on overtime. No tax on gambling winnings. I don't know about that. I'm going to have to think about that.
The reason I bring this up is because every so often it kind of rears its head online. We got these like little, basically AI bot accounts that they look at this 234,000 views right here because Trump said a little blurb on Air Force One in December. What it comes down to is that while he was saying that, there was another law that everybody is absolutely freaked out about. They don't like this. This is a big problem for them. And that would be the new law that says that you can no longer just deduct your gambling losses 100%. And this means that if you gamble and you want to deduct your losses, you're going to pay 10% of your losses as though it's earned income, even though you didn't earn a thing. Example of how this works. Let's say you came to Vegas, you were a high roller, or you just went overboard, you lost 100 grand. But time was you could lose the 100 grand, write it off on your taxes. Now you can only write off 90%, which means that there's a $10,000 gap. You literally owe the IRS taxes on $10,000 because there's a 90% write-off allowance. As you can imagine, this has caused lawmakers and people in our city who are in that industry to like lose their minds. Before we go and look at this video, I just want to point something out. This video is from 6 months ago. So they've known about this for quite some time. Nobody fixed a thing. The law just passes and you're the ones that lose. The government wins, the casinos win, but you lose. Sorry, too bad, so sad. This will explain the situation of what so-called Nevada lawmakers are doing to try to sort it all out.
Representative Dina Titus says she's working to fix a provision in the big, beautiful bill, and that's what it's called, that would change the tax code when it comes to gambling losses. Under the change in this bill, deductions on winnings would be limited to 90% of losses. That means if a player were to report $100,000 in winnings and the same amount in losses, they would still owe taxes on $10,000. Representative Titus called the provision harmful to poker players, a sentiment echoed by several professional poker players and Representative Stephen Horsford.
Sadly, not that you could have thought about how it could have gotten any worse, but for example, they added a provision dealing with gaming losses for parlay games in the Senate side, which again is a disincentive for the tourism and gaming industry in Nevada, something that I'm working now to fix through legislation.
The American Gaming Association, which advocates for casino operators, manufacturers, and suppliers, has not yet commented on this case. News 3 reached out to them for comment.
So that's it. You saw what it is. Here's the reality of it, though, and I want you guys to be pragmatic and practical with all this, which is that how many of you guys, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below, were actually writing off your gambling losses? How many of you will incur a $100,000 gambling loss? I mean, this actually hurts this guy right here way more than it'll ever hurt you, and I don't know what it's going to do for his situation. And, you know, I might be one of the only creators on YouTube from the original pre-COVID YouTube scene for Vegas that doesn't have a slot channel. They all said they don't like to play slots, and then they all became slot players. That's fine. That's follow the algorithm. What does that do for these guys, though? I mean, what does that put their situation? I think it'd be interesting to see how this all plays out. If these guys start to lose a little more and win a little bit less, but I don't know, man. Do you guys think these slot channels, and I'm not naming names, any of these people on the screen, do you feel like this is the real deal? I'd love to hear your comments. I don't know what to think about it. I know that's a bit of a controversial take, right? Like, I'm trying to just stay neutral on everything, but I just don't understand the mechanics of it, especially now that you can only write off 90% and you're going to owe extra income on top of it. But I guess that's a problem that some of us would just dream to have. So there you have it, guys. That's our update for you today. A little Vegas, a little economy. How'd you like it? If you guys are 1% smarter, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to know what the biggest industry that rips people off the very most in this city is, but you never even knew, then I'll put a video right near my head that you can click. It'll probably be in one of these corners. I worked in the industry for a really long time, and I'll tell you, it's a brutal one. Click the link below, get into my course, learn a skill, and if you don't do that, then do something great for yourself in 2026. And until we meet next time, just keep swimming.